What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk to you about Lucid. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down on what is really moving it today, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So Lucid is down 3.15%, 230 the low, 241 the high. So Lucid was actually holding up fairly well in comparison. It first thing was green. It was one of the only ones on my watch list that were green, but unfortunately, the broader market did take it down, and it's just a back and forth today. And so there isn't really any tariff updates or any negative macro data points, rather just a back and forth between Trump and Powell. And so Trump is essentially blaming all of this and the uncertainty in the broader market on Powell's inability to cut rates. So things are getting a little bit interesting. As far as this though, you're seeing a flee to gold, to Bitcoin. Just nobody really wants to invest in equities. So it's a rather unfortunate scenario, bad way to start off the week, but no news from Lucid itself, no SEC filings. So now we're just waiting for their upcoming earnings just to kind of hear exactly what they have planned. One thing did come out though is this, so a new rating. So Robert Bard did raise their price target by 50%, keeping neutral rating. So pretty good stuff as far as this. So maybe this was one of the big attributing factors why it did do fairly well. Previously though, you did have them give a $3 price target. So they did essentially reiterate their old rating. They just gave a unofficial rating last one, and I believe that did come after their Q1 numbers when they did put that out. So again, it's kind of a good thing, but it's just the broader market. Doesn't matter about analysts giving $1 rating, $5 ratings, or anything. You need just the market to calm the hell down, and you need just Trump and Powell, like they need to figure their crap out, and or at least Trump acknowledge the fact that what Powell does is completely independent. And yes, it is very important to the broader market, but Trump came into the whole scenario saying, hey, I got a plan and it's going to be this, this, and this. And so a lot of that plan had nothing to do with Powell, and so it's just, and rate cuts on a side note. So it's just a very bad scenario. At the same time, you're seeing analysts increasing their kind of targets with Lucid, where a lot of long-standing bulls in Tesla are downgrading. So you recently did have Daniel Ives, very long-term bull, did just give a lot of warning signs for Tesla. So they are getting absolutely slaughtered today, down 6.84%. So Lucid's doing rather well in comparison. Tesla also does have their earnings, so that could potentially affect them as well. But aside from that, you are seeing shorts really pouncing over all of the fear today, increasing 2.32 million shares. 23.2% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 282.35 million shares. So shorts are really trying to hit Lucid hard and fast. So I see that as rather bullish, and hear me out. The reason why it is bullish is the fact that they are really throwing all they have at Lucid to try to suppress it. Like I mentioned, Lucid was doing rather well. First thing, it was green despite all the blood in the market. So they needed to step in to really hit it. And one thing to take note of though is that currently there is 0 available shares in the broader market to short. So shorts are definitely overextended. This is why I'm kind of mentioned that it is rather bullish. And I think in general, it doesn't matter if the market's green, red, loop-de-loop, kangaroo market as what they like to call it now. It's shorts are increasing. So I think just them returning is abnormal nowadays. So let me know your viewpoint on that. Moving over to the options, rather low volume though today. So 277,000 in calls, 87,000 in puts. 49% of all the options being done today are bearish in nature. Of the bulls, they are anticipating for it to be above 250. Bears are anticipating for it to be kind of sub 250 to that $2 range. So a little bit more downside somewhat is anticipated based on that. These are all the transactions occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. So this is the string of buying that did cause it to go higher first thing. right over here. So you had some entities really getting in. One sell right here for 110,000. Aside from that, dark pool seems to be a little bit more popular. I think this is where shorts and other large entities are hiding some of their transactions. So again, just keep that in mind. Aside from that, with it at $2.31, trading right below this pivot point of 233. Like I said, shorts know this. They want to try to break Lucid on a technical standpoint because it has been really getting close to that 50-day moving average. At that time, they did also increase just to kill it on a technical standpoint. So 233, just watch for Lucid to close above that today. If not, then you could see a little bit more of a downside, unfortunately. But $2.11 is going to be that next strong support. As far as this on the actual chart, side note, I've been really monitoring just to see if there's any changes to earnings per share and revenue. Since my last update to this, I think it was on Friday or might have been Thursday, there hasn't been any change. So I'll continue to monitor this just to see if there is anything that happens from now until their earnings, just to give you an overview of that. But on the actual chart, today is just more of another consolidation day, if you want to code it as that. And it is below that ALMA 50-day moving average is sitting at $2.48. So that's going to be a key pivot for Lucid if there is like a broader market recovery. Then you also do have that 100-day moving average. So I think all in all, like I said, Lucid's doing somewhat okay comparing itself to just the broader market, because even looking at Rivian is down 5.3%. A lot of solid stocks such as even Nvidia is down 5.19. So Lucid's doing rather good. So let me know your viewpoint on Lucid. Are you buying the dip? Are you selling? What's your general thoughts on all of this? And what's your viewpoint on Trump and Powell? And not to kind of separate individuals, but do you think Trump is right and that all of this is because of Powell, or is he just using him as a scapegoat? Like, what's your kind of 2 cents on all of that? One final thing, if you're looking for some kick-ass buy signals, pop over to my Patreon. I give buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.